I am Ruby Hodgson, and this is the making of my Year 12 PAT costume. Yay! It is currently Friday the 28th of February, and so far we have a mood board. We made this on the 25th of February. The date is Tuesday, 4th of March, and today I started on the costume designs and visualizing my ideas. Here are all my sketch ideas, and here are my colour combination ideas. We have done this in Homework Club on Wednesday the 5th of March. I drew how I imagined the character to look in a book, and then I made a modelized version of it, which is what I want to be making. So, transition. So here's a more modern version of it. So this is the costume design I created, and now I'm going to get feedback from my fellow classmates.
Feedback from Sam. I like the dress. I think the sleeves are cool, but I think it could use some more color to spruce it up.
Taking Sam's advice, this is what I made. I just changed the sleeves to being red as well.
Feedback from Amy. Can I ask a question? Like, what's the back of the sleeves gonna look like?
It's gonna look like the front of it.
So it's gonna be like,
red.
so it's just gonna be sleeves. Okay. Okay. All right. Interesting. I think maybe you could do a little bit of something on the back, just to like, because the front is really cool already, and maybe if you do something as cool as the back, then it'll be really good because the audience is gonna see them from all angles. And also, is it gonna be see-through?
That was mine. Yeah.
Well, you should probably put like a slip or something underneath it. Yeah. Otherwise, it's really good. I really like how you've got the legs here, but make sure it's not too high up because we want modesty. Because obviously, the thing you're doing, they're quite modest in it.
Why didn't I get you?
After Amy's feedback, I have decided that I am going to make a slip to go underneath as well.
Feedback from Gia. I really like the dress, and I think that it's very beautiful and interesting and not boring. And I think that you could add some more red to the dress to add contrast.
So I've decided to not take Gia's advice because I don't know where else I'd add red, but if I could, I might be able to replace this with red, but I don't think that would look right because there would be too much red at the top and not enough at the bottom, and I don't know where I'd put it on the bottom.
Feedback from Stella. So I think the dress is gorgeous, and the red and the black and the design on the black thing's very pretty, and I think it's perfect and nothing's wrong with it.
This is the final dress design after everyone's advice.
Oh, yeah, so ratchet.
Here. First one. Yeah. I'll crop it later. Oh, I just deleted it. No, I didn't. Screenshot.
Here was like my little board of ideas.
Screenshot.
Here's my measurements of everything that I'm gonna need. I did take measurements of the person who's going to be wearing the costume, but unfortunately I can't find a photo of it and I've lost a bit of paper, but I did do it. Okay, so here is my prototype. I made it out of PVA paper and paper. This is the PVA I used. And then this isn't the final dress design, this is just the undergarment or the modesty gown, which I'm calling it. Yeah. So this is my prototype for the cardigan thing. It doesn't really work on paper. Oh, and this is undone, but yeah, so I might have to redo my design on how I'm thinking about doing it. Here's my prototype for the outside design, plus the cardigan and the modesty dress underneath. Obviously this will be made out of this material, that's why there's the modesty dress underneath. So for $10, here's everything I got from the recycle center. So I already had this in my house, left over from one of my dad's projects. I got these beads, so it's 3 separate necklaces, and I'm hoping to use this as like decoration around the belt. I've gotten this red mesh, so there's like lots of material on here, and it's also lined on the inside. And I'm gonna use this if I want to do some extra red detailing. I've gotten this stretchy red material, and this is what I want to use for the cardigan thing. I got this dress. It's absolutely ginormous, so I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to use it as for the modesty skirt. And then I got this black fabric, which I'm going to use for lining on the outside dress. And I got this red ribbon, but I do think that this might be not the right red, because I did want something more like this. So I don't know if I'm going to end up using it. I almost forgot, but I also got this bow and this black rose, and I'm also hoping to use those as detailing either on the top or the skirt. So much like the order I did my prototype in, I'm going to be starting with the modesty skirt underneath, and I'm starting by modifying this dress to be the right size because it's way too big right now. So unfortunately I don't have many, I forgot the name of these, but I don't have many of these, and I also don't have my tailor's chalk. So I've got to work out a way where I can sew this properly without ruining the entire thing. So luckily I was able to find more pins. So I've pinned the dress like this, and I'm just going to sew along the outsides. This is what the dress should look like once I've altered the width, and then I'm going to deal with the top bit up there. So I stitched it. I had to use green thread because that's all I have. Well, that's all I could find. Luckily this is the under thing, so that won't really be seen. And I double stitched it to make sure it doesn't fall apart. And now I've just got to do this side. I wasn't able to double stitch this side because the sewing machine kept jamming, but there it is. I'm going to turn it the right way around. And if the fit's right, I'm going to cut off the excess fabric. Here it is the right way around. There's the seams on both sides. So this side, it looks like I messed up a bit here. Oh, yeah. So now I'm gonna try it on. The fit is good, so I'm gonna cut them off. So the cut is a bit rough since I didn't have fabric scissors, but that's all done now. So I've just changed this thread and the bobbin thread. So as you can see, they're both black now because I'm going to be working on the outside of the dress. I'm creating a cinch at the top like that. So I'm going to sew in between those two pins, and it'll create a scrunching effect. So now there's too much fabric in the armpits and these sleeves are not long enough, so I'm going to use the fabric that I cut off before to extend the sleeves and just cut off the excess fabric from here. There is the shoulder that I've made a bit lower, and then that's what it used to be before, so that's a lot better. For the arm straps, I'm going to take this piece of fabric and stitch up here and then turn it inside out and attach it to the dress. Now since it's been stitched, I'll cut off the excess and turn it inside out. So here's the finished strap. I'm now going to cut it in half and attach it to each one of the dress's straps. So I've managed to snap the needle off, but we've gotten one of the sleeves finished, like that. So now I just go do the other side, and luckily this is something I can do by hand. Change of plans, I've fixed the needle now, so I can get back to sewing. I just used one from this box. And there is the broken one. So it's been a little while, and now I want to continue sewing, and this time I don't have the fabric yet for like the longer bit of the skirt, so I'm going to focus on the main part of the dress, which is the like overcoat, which is like made of that pretty black mesh fabric. And I'm also no longer sick, which is really great. So for this layer of the dress, I'm going to use like 2 pieces and then stitch them together on the seams, or I'm going to use 4 pieces, 3 pieces, like one big one for the top and then two for the skirt. But I just gotta think about which one will work better with the design. For this one I used one piece of fabric, but that's not gonna work. Okay, this is the fabric. We have only a tiny bit extra, so we've got no room for mistakes. So as you can see, we've got that much extra on the sides, and then height-wise, it's quite a bit taller than me. So that's pretty good. So I'm really stressed about this because I got one try. Well, I could obviously fix it, but yeah, and I want it to go out on the sides, so I want more fabric there. And I could, yeah, we'll work it out. I have this pink dress where the fit is like, I really like the skirt, so I'm gonna use that as like a pattern, and I am gonna do a separate bit for the top and for the skirt. I've lined it up with that will be one bit of the skirt, this will be another. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller than that so there's enough fabric for the top as well. Okay, here's the first piece. So I kind of messed it up a little bit. So this is one bit of the skirt. So it's like here. And I made it to my waist size. The model for my dress is a bit bigger than my waist size. So I've got to make sure the next bit of the dress is longer around here, so it can fit her. I'm going to use the waistband from this skirt as the waistband for this. So I'm just going to, there's also a zip on the side, so I've got to remember that when cutting because I want to keep the zip. So yeah, here it is. Here's the zip on the side. So this is still functional. And I'm going to cut this last bit of grey fabric off. So I've lined this up with the waistband and I'm going to cut the same curve. The sewing machine does not want to work. So for some reason, every time I sew, this breaks. And I keep on like putting it back through, and this is the needle I replaced it with, so I'm thinking I maybe used the wrong needle, I don't know. So we're in class now and I have the needle and thread and we're going to sew the skirt pieces together as much as we can, and then at lunchtime I'm allowed to go to the textiles room. I asked the textiles teachers and I'm allowed to use their sewing machine.
You can come at lunch with us.
So yeah.
Ruby now using sewing machine. Now Ruby sewing.
We're using red thread. This is. Oh, Amy, this is. So I've attached the first bit of mesh fabric, and now I need to attach the second bit. But I want to work on fixing up the cutting bit here because I didn't do that well on this side, so I'm going to recut that. So here I've pinned it all up, and luckily it's measured like the perfect length, so I did pretty well with that. So now I'm just going to stitch this. Sorry, the moving cables in the background. I flipped all the pins around since they were in the wrong direction for me needing to be taking them out while sewing. I'm so sorry, they're moving everything around. The bobbins ran out of thread, so I'm going to refill it. I've replaced the bobbin and now I'm going to finish stitching the dress. I need to repin it though. Okay, so both the sides are attached, so now I just need to attach this bit here. I'm stitching along here to attach the zip.
I feel like a penguin.
So I'm in the textiles after school, and no, it's for my evidence that I made the dress. And right now I'm going to attach the ribbon to the skirt, and I've got a sewing machine with black thread that I'm going to use. Now I'm going to stitch along here. So I finished attaching the ribbon, but I accidentally sewed the dress there, so I've got to depick it and resew it. So I'm attaching this ribbon to this, and then I'll attach this side. So this is what it looks like on the mannequin.